From Amateur Radio Newsline Report number 2203, these are the Ham Nation headlines for Wednesday, January 22nd, 2020. In the Philippines, hams activated quickly following the eruption of a volcano near Manila.
The eruption of the Taal volcano near the Manila metro area in the Philippines on January 12th spurred an activation of the Ham Radio Emergency Operations, or HERO, network of the Philippine Amateur Radio Association. As conditions worsened with power blackouts, hams became active on the 2-metre calling frequency and were joined by Para Club, DX1ACE and others in their respective areas. Ashfall had begun to affect metropolitan Manila, even northern Quezon City. The southern cities were reported to be seriously impacted. DX1ACE began a relief effort to assist evacuees in the Batangas area evacuation centres. IARU Region 3 Disaster Committee Chairman Danny YB2TJV issued a notice that 40 metres was also being monitored. By January 13th, however, a change in wind direction had given Metro Manila a relief from the ashfall. For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm John Williams, VK4JJW.
Following up on last week's top story, hams are on the scene in Puerto Rico, helping an island shaken by the latest tremors.
With thousands of people displaced following a 6.4 magnitude earthquake and a later 5.9 magnitude tremor, volunteers from the Amateur Radio Emergency Service, or ARES, are in Puerto Rico assisting the American Red Cross. Although commercial telecommunications remained largely intact and most of the island's power was back on, hams were handling health and welfare traffic on VHF and UHF and at Red Cross headquarters as of midweek. The ARRL's Ham Aid Fund was also sending equipment. Puerto Rico Section Manager Oscar Resto, KP4RF, told the ARRL that radio operations are being used as a backup in case further quakes occur. According to the U.S. Geological Survey, the quakes are among more than 500 to strike the Caribbean territory since late December. The recent quakes are said to have caused $110 million worth of damage. For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Christian Kudnick, K0STH.
And from the Sultanate of Oman comes word of the death of its longtime leader, a notable ham radio operator.
An amateur radio operator who was also the longest tenured monarch in the Arab world has become a silent key. Sultan Qaboos bin Sayed, Alpha 41 Alpha Alpha, was credited with transforming the Sultanate into a modern developed state since becoming its ruler in 1970. The Royal Omani Amateur Radio Society, Alpha 47 Romeo Sierra, notes on its webpage that it was created in 1972 under his patronage. Various media outlets recalled him as a man of peace. A BBC report noted that although no cause of death was confirmed, the Sultan had been in Belgium in December seeking medical treatment, presumably for cancer. Sultan Qaboos, who died Friday, January 10th, was aged 79. For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Jason Daniels, VK2LAW.
And that's all from the Amateur Radio Newsline, your independent source for amateur radio news for 4 decades and counting at arnewsline.org. With John Williams, VK4JJW, Christian Kudnick, K0STH, Jason Daniels, VK2LAW, Karen Eve Murray, KD2GUT at the news desk in New York, and our news team across the globe. I'm Don Wellbanks, AE5DW. 7-3. We'll see you next time here on Ham Nation.